How's it going, everybody? This is BeatTheBush. Today I'd like to talk about Bitcoins again, mainly because recently it's skyrocketed to $5,500 per Bitcoin. Now, when I first recommended to buy some cryptocurrencies of different kinds, such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, it was back at $2,600 per Bitcoin. Now, just to show you proof I did recommend it back then, I'll leave that video over here. Now, 1 month after I recommended it, it plummeted from $2,600 all the way down to $2,000. Now, some people wrote in the comments, oh my gosh, I bought like too much or something, and they lost, I don't know, they said like $10,000 or something. This is what I specifically said not to do, not to put too much in. You look at your total investable portfolio. You should not invest more than 10% of it, and likely probably 5% is a little bit better. Now, if you did this, it's going to represent a very small slice of your portfolio. It's not really going to affect your livelihood at all. In fact, after I invest, I don't really look at it every single day. I don't really care. Like 1 week later, I'm like, oh yeah, look at, Bitcoin nearly doubled in over a week. If it plummets, you're not going to lose sleep over it, just like what I did. I put so little in fact, that it went down to 2,000. I'm like, yeah, okay, I don't really care. Now, this is 4 months after I made that recommendation. Today, it's about $5,500 per Bitcoin. This represents a 105% gain. I do have Bitcoins right now, and I bought it close to that date that I released that video. Now, I did say this investment is highly risky. It's more like a moonshot type of thing. So you should have bought an equal proportion of Bitcoins, Ethereum, and Litecoin. So because this is a moonshot, I plan to just buy and hold for a really, really long time. I don't know, a couple years at least. And maybe, just maybe, that if you hold one Bitcoin today, maybe it'll worth $1 million in maybe 10 years. Now, at the time, I also recommended Ethereum, and I was more bullish on Ethereum and kind of weighted my buying on Ethereum a little bit more. Back then, Ethereum was $320-ish, and right after I bought it, it skyrocketed to $350. It plummeted back down, and right now it's around $310. So, not a big gain or loss. It just kind of stayed flat. But this is what I meant by having a little bit of each, because I have no idea which one is going to skyrocket or not. So holding a little bit of Bitcoin turned out to be a really, really good thing, because now at least one of those cryptocurrencies appreciated a lot. Now, in terms of these investment things, I don't normally go around recommending a lot of different single stock or single type of cryptocurrencies. But when I do, I generally buy it myself, and I have a really good feeling about it. I have certain reasons that I disclose, and after I actually sell out of it, I do tell people this in the comment section. One of these being tax-free municipal bonds, where you buy into it as an investment, that you can buy a whole bunch of shares, and every share essentially gives you a dividend back, and it's like about 5.9% dividend that I've been receiving, and I still hold on to this. And every single month they just give me some dividends back. I'm like, yippee. If you're interested in reviewing over one of these older videos, I'll leave that video over here. One of the previous ETFs I recommended was IXC, which is an oil ETF fund. My thinking at the time was, because gasoline prices were so low, I wanted to buy a lot of gasoline at the same time, but if you really do this physically, it's going to be hard. You need a holding tank and all this. So what I wanted to do was, invest somehow instead in it without needing to hold it in a holding tank. So this is how I came up with IXC. Because gasoline prices were so low at the time, I'm like, okay, let me just buy a whole bunch of this. I'm going to pretend that I bought a whole bunch of gasoline, and then I waited for it to appreciate, and then I'm like, oh, bingo. It appreciated, I think, like 20-30%. I forgot how much exactly it appreciated, but it did end up making me a lot of money, and I was glad for this investment. I was kind of lucky. I evaluated a whole bunch of things, and I did know that for oil stocks, there could be a lot of things affecting it, like supply and demand all over the world. There could be different things pulling and pushing at it. So it's a big wild guess. I wasn't 100% sure, but then I was a little bit more sure for that one because I was doing a lot of research into it. It could have very well went the other way where I lose money, but it just so happens that it was a good thing. I do realize I'm sort of tooting my own horn here, but I want to say something about just kind of tooting my own horn type of thing, because at any given point you have a whole bunch of YouTubers, whole bunch of bloggers. They would recommend a certain investment. Over time, some of them might fail and some of them might do very well. And when they do well, they like to go back and then go, oh, look at me, I did really well. You have to look at this in terms of an aggregate. You have a whole bunch of people that randomly pick some investment. It might not be random, they just pick something, but you're going to have a chance that some of these people are going to guess right. But the deal with having these people guess right consistently, time after time, the chances of this happening shrinks over time. So I recommended 3 things, and this is not very many at all. But it's more of me telling you what I think of certain investments, and then you can go decide on your own. I'm not saying, go buy this or go buy that. I'm more of saying, oh, I'm buying this because of these reasons. Now, I don't know if you guys have heard of this type of scam before, but a person can appear to be able to pick good investments time after time, maybe even 10 times in a row. Now, I just want to go over this really quick because I think this is relevant when I'm making a video tooting my own horn on the past 3 investment advice that I've given. Someone can start an initial mailing list of 10,000. They can either say the market is going to go up this week or it's going to go down this week. Now, for half of those letters, they would say the market is going up. The other half, they're going to say the market is going down. If the market goes up, they're going to pick that group that they sent it out to and then divide it again and then say, oh, the market is going to go up. And then the next one is going to go, oh, it's going to go down. So you keep on doing this, and you start with 10,000. You're going to have 5,000 the next iteration, 2,500 the next iteration after that, 1,250 after that, and 10 times later, you're going to have 16 people left. Now, by the time you're at your 6th, 7th, or 8th iteration, the people receiving these mailings in and go, oh my gosh, this guy is right. They've been right the last 6 times, right the last 8 times. So, I really should just go invest with this person. So this is how this scam works. I don't know if they use this stuff anymore because I certainly didn't receive something like this, but this is a really good thought experiment because someone can really appear to know what they're doing because they're sending different information to each and every single person. But on this YouTube video, of course, this video is sent to everybody. So this is not something I can personally pull here. Okay, that's a little bit of a sidetrack, but your question might be, Bitcoin is $5,500 right now. Should you buy it now still? I personally think it's really high right now, and it's a bad idea to double down on it because people are going to see, oh my gosh, it raised so much. Oh, it's probably going to keep on going up. So let me just double whatever I put in. I think as a newcomer, the best way to play into this is invest definitely less than 10% of your investable portfolio. Probably better to be about 5%, and you should go in slowly. So if you sign up for this account, initially, only put in like 1%. Wait 1 month later and then put in another 1%. Just kind of watch where it's going to go. It fluctuates so much. Bitcoin, it might be 5,500 now. I don't know, a month or 2 later, maybe it might come down by half. It might go back down to 2,600. So in this way, you're kind of averaging in slowly. So it guarantees that you will not buy an absolute high, because if you just put everything you've got in, then you're kind of tied down. You can't buy more to average your cost in. Now, people might be like, oh my gosh, cryptocurrencies, how the heck do you buy into something like this? Do you have to buy like a mining machine? Do you have to do like a bunch of programming, install graphics card or something? No, you don't have to. As an investor, you can just go to Coinbase, sign up for an account and link your bank account, and then you can start buying Bitcoins. If you sign up through my referral link and you buy more than $100 worth of Bitcoins, not Ethereum now, you have to buy Bitcoins, then you'll get another $10 added to your account. If you're interested in this, you can check out my referral link down in the video description below. Now, buying $100 worth of it is actually not the most optimal because they'll charge you a $2.99 fee for buying $100 worth of Bitcoin. So the optimal thing to do here is to buy $200 worth of Bitcoins at minimum, so that they'll charge you a 1.5% fee. So your fee would be $3 as well in that case. Now, when you first connect your bank account and then you click buy, it's going to take about 3 to 5 days before that Bitcoin or Ethereum or Litecoin appears in your account. So you have to wait patiently here for your first buy or even your second buy because it takes a little bit of time to do the money transfer. Now, people have complained that the fees are a little bit too high for Coinbase. Well, do I care? I only bought it once. As long as you're not, trying to day trade with it, which I do not recommend because basically you don't know if it's going to go up or down. This is like a roulette table here. One day it's going to go up, one day it's going to go down. How can you get any visibility on this? My main thesis with this whole thing is that, yeah, I'm buying this as a moonshot. I'm buying this for long term. I don't know where it's going to go. Maybe it will double. Maybe it would go 10x or 100x. I don't know. Maybe it'll make me a millionaire. But to me, long-term investing in this is the best way to go by because I certainly don't know which way it's going to go the next day or the next month or even the next year. So I don't really care about the fees because I only bought it once. And, if I want to extract the money, I only need to sell it once. If you plan to do day trading, I think there's other platforms that are much cheaper. So this is a thing where if you plan to go, I just want to invest in it long term, then you start an account, then you just buy your Bitcoin and you kind of set it and forget it. I hope you enjoyed this follow-up video. Don't forget to give me a like on this video. Comment down below. Let me know if you're going to buy into some cryptocurrencies. I know I even recommended my friends in real life to buy some cryptos. No one did basically, but basically I'm now sitting in about 100% gain in whatever I invested in the beginning. I'm pretty happy about that, but I'm not going to go, I already made this much money. I'm not going to freak out if it comes back down because I do plan to hold for the long term. If it goes back down to 2,600, so be it. I'm just going to still hold on to it, for many, many years to come. Since I gave my mailbox out a while ago, I got a mail actually. Sent this little pack thing and it cost $3 of postage. Now, this is not something I recommend because in here, it's a note. And it says, don't reveal their pictures or something, but there are 2 pictures of this person in here. Thank you for these pictures. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with them though. But now the only thing I want to say about this is the contents of this thing is 2 pictures and 1 note. You could have put this in, a standard size envelope and use a regular forever stamp. I think it's 49 cents or something these days. Instead of $3, you could have saved yourself $2.50 of sending this thing to me. So thanks for sending this to me, Mr. M. If you're interested in supporting this channel, check out my Audible link down in the video description below where you can get a free audiobook. And if you don't like this service or this book, you can cancel it before the subscription expires and you do not have to pay a penny. You can listen to this audiobook and kind of expand your mind as you're doing a brain dead commute to work. If you're interested in supporting my channel directly, I have a Patreon page over here where I give various perks at various contribution levels, such as help with your credit score or help with your finances. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel over here and click that bell icon next to the subscribe button so that you get a notification whenever I upload a brand new video. Thanks for watching.